Jets Talk here on Knicks Bros TV. Again, I want to welcome everybody to a new segment of Jets Talk here on Knicks Bros TV. I got to say, the fans couldn't get him out of here. The general manager, the coach couldn't get him out of here. IK, you're my new favorite guy. You know what? If I need to pick up somebody, if there's fantasy football for the bench, I'm picking you, IK. You're going to be my guy. Let's talk about this, Jets fans. Here we go again. Just when we thought the circus was over. Let's discuss this. Good old Geno Smith, or underachieving quarterback, whom takes the fans' critics during the green and white practice and gets booed and doesn't showcase any type of leadership, is basically saying, well, they can boo all they want. You know what? That's a good attitude to have. That's a good attitude to have if quite frankly, if you're proving us wrong. If you're not proving us wrong, if you're constantly throwing the interception, constantly regressing from your rookie year, then you know what? When the fans boo you, you're basically the typical response I think should be as a quarterback that has leadership qualities, basically just say, you know what? I understand the direction I've went in my career. This and this and this is what I'm doing to get better. And I will prove to everyone that I will get better. But coming out and saying he's not worried about what the fans think or don't care and stuff like that. And then, on top of that, go and do or get involved in a little scuffle with a teammate and be out for 6-10 weeks doesn't really showcase any type of leadership either. Now, I'm not going to sit here and just say it was Geno's fault. I'm not saying that. Just like Todd Bowles came out and said, Todd Bowles, if you looked at that press conference, that guy was embarrassed. That guy looked and he was like, you know what? I'm so embarrassed to even talk about this because it's such a childish thing, which it really truly is. I'm not. He was like, I'm not gonna get into it. I promised him I'm not gonna get into the situation. But this is what happened. I released IK. Geno's out for 6-10 weeks. He's not guaranteed the starting job. Next man up. That's exactly what he said. And at the end of it, it was very childish. It was over $600. Basically, what the story is IK throws some sort of mini camp or a camp of some sort, and he invites Geno Smith. Now, these guys have to be a decent amount of teammates with each other, a good amount of friends for IK to invite Geno Smith to his camp. I believe Geno Smith ends up having a friend that passes away in Miami, is not able to attend that camp. And IK was, I don't know how he did it or how rude it was, but he basically during the practice kept hustling over the $600 ticket he purchased for Geno Smith to attend that camp. Geno Smith, again, this is all he say, she say, pointed his finger in IK's face. I'm pretty sure Geno Smith, being as immature as he is, taunted him in some sort of way. That type of I'm the man type of guy. He's pretty demanding. If you look at him, for such underachieving quarterback in the league, he looks kind of like a demanding type of person. He ends up getting punched in the face. Now, I don't know about getting sucker punched. I was under the impression if you sucker punch somebody, it's got to be like from the back to the side. But from what happened is he put his finger in his face, the guy just swung at him, broke his jaw. Now, IK, you're an idiot. Look at the position you are with the team. Look at your career. You definitely let your anger get to you. Put your hands on another person. And now that costs you being part of the New York Jets or your future. Geno Smith, not a leader. This is probably your last chance. This was your last chance of starting for the New York Jets or in the NFL period. You blew it as well. You couldn't sit, and talk like two grown men about the situation. If it's the principle of it, if you're really, really, really thinking about the principle of the money situation, fine. Pay the guy back. Don't get on his bad side. Don't get on his nerves to a point where he just wants to punch you. But at the end of the day, Geno Smith, you make millions. You make millions to be a terrible quarterback. You make millions to throw interceptions. You make millions to make stupid throws. And you can pay the guy $600? IK makes $500,000. Gosh, you know what? As Jets fans, you know what? If the situation was so important, if that $600 was such, a hardship on you, Geno Smith, you could have promised us one touchdown pass this year, and I'll bet you all of the Jets fans would have chipped in $1. We would have paid off their $600 debt. They asked the teammates, hey, what do you guys think of the situation? If you were a true leader, if you were a significant quarterback in that locker room, those teammates would have came out and bled for you. They asked Revis. They said, hey, what happened? What do you think of the situation? Revis is like, both of them are wrong. You know what? Both of you guys were wrong. But I promise you, if you had some sort of significance in that locker room, you had some sort of leadership, no matter what, those guys would have bled for their quarterback because they know how important that quarterback position is in the football game. Wrong or right, those guys would have just came out and said, you know what? This is a situation, but hey, he touched my quarterback. But none of these guys are saying that. What does that mean? You're lacking leadership, my friend. You're lacking leadership. And you know what? Your career is done. I'm glad. No more quarterback controversies. You're done, Geno. You're done. You have all the physical attributes. You got a good arm. It just doesn't click up here. Ryan Fitzpatrick, the next man up, just like Todd Bowles said. And I just love the way Todd Bowles answered that. He's like, you know what? His job's not guaranteed. If Ryan Fitzpatrick is doing great, we're doing good, why mess anything up? And it's not like Geno Smith was running with the starting position anyway. It was still a battle to win. Now, Jets fans, I would like to warn you guys on one thing. If Ryan Fitzpatrick, by somehow, some way, has a really bad game against the Lions, we can't really sit there and judge him based off of that because he hasn't received that many first-team reps because we all thought Geno Smith is going to start against the Lions until this situation happened. That's how I feel about Geno. I felt like Todd Bowles made the right decision. You know what? He said if they're not hurting your family or threatening your family, there's no need to put a hands on another person, especially if they're on your team. I can respect that. Were they quick to judge or jump on it? No. You know, he said something, and I truly believe him. And a lot of reporters out there don't. He said it could have been anybody. He would have done the same thing, and I believe him. And that's the type of presence you want to set in that locker room. I don't care who you are, Muhammad Wilkerson, Darrelle Revis, you do the same thing, you're out. Now, who do I blame for this entire thing? I blame the old regime. Not all on Rex Ryan. Again, I'm a Rex Ryan type of guy. I like Rex. I hope he does well. 6-10 well in Buffalo. I'm a Rex Ryan type of guy. I like Rex. But I'll tell you what, it's that old regime. It's the flexibility of the way he ran the team. It's the lack of accountability. It's the lack of, quite honestly, I think the way he ran the team, sure, all the players bleed for him, want to play, all that, but it's almost he wanted to befriend the team. There was a lack of discipline when Rex Ryan was there. And again, not everything is on Rex. I'm talking about that old regime with John Idzik and him. All this stuff that's blowing up in Todd Bowles and Mike Bikagan's face is still the culture they're trying to clean up from Rex Ryan's time. With Richardson's behavior, with Geno Smith. I mean, Geno Smith showed signs of not attending practice, not getting fined for it, not, sitting on a bench for it, and then now this situation happened. It's stuff like this that boiled over. I'm pretty sure he didn't just come out and swing at him. I bet you it was something that was boiling over. Now, do I feel like Todd Bowles and Mike McKagan need to micromanage this team? Yes. They need to be everywhere and, anywhere. And Todd Bowles said it. He said, I knew what I signed up for. He knows the mess. Now, the only thing that I don't like about this entire situation of Geno Smith being out is, quite honestly, you can watch my previous videos. I stated that Ryan Fitzpatrick is either going to win the starting job, or it's going to get to a point where Geno's going to be so horrible week 3, week 4, we're going to replace him with Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now, what this does is it puts Bryce Petty in a tough spot. Petty's my guy. When we drafted him, I said, you know what? This is going to be our guy down the future, down the line. It's not going to be instant starter. He shouldn't be, no matter what. We should keep him out of it at least 1 year. Build that confidence up. Let him learn. And then he should be your guy that we devote our time and energy to make our starting franchise quarterback. But with Geno Smith being out, this makes Petty our number 2 guy. Unless we do go out there and sign a Rex Grossman or whomever. But what it does is, with Geno Smith being out, all it takes is for Fitzpatrick to either have a terrible season or just get hurt. And do you really think, quite honestly think, if we did sign a Rex Grossman or whomever, that we're going to pick Rex Grossman over Bryce Petty? I mean, I'm just being honest. That's not what I want to do. I want to keep this guy on the sideline as much as possible. But then we want to win as well. So what do the Jets do, guys? Leave me your comments. Leave me your thoughts. What do the Jets do? Should they keep him sidelined, build his confidence up? Because I know there's rumors about signing Rex Grossman or the other guy from Cleveland. It's just a matter of filling up the depth chart. But the only bad thing that came out of this whole Geno Smith saga. Pick Rex Grossman over Bryce Petty. Sorry about that. The only bad thing that came through over this Rex Ryan saga is just for the fact that Bryce Petty's put in a tough spot. He really is. He really, really is. But no, I really want to, see what you guys think now with this Geno Smith situation. Where do we stand with Bryce Petty? I really think this is probably the best thing that could have happened to us. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself. We really need somebody, a true leader as a quarterback. So that's my opinion. You guys tell me what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. I know Todd Bowles has a lot to deal with. But, the other thing, I'm sorry. I'm going on a little rant here, guys. I don't usually do this. But the other thing, first thing you do when you get punched in the jaw, what do? You send a Twitter picture out there with half of your face bruised up. And what do you say? I'll be back? What? You'll be back to do what? What are you going to do, Geno? Maybe fill up the depth chart. That's about it. Because you're not going to be a starting quarterback. Not in New York. Not anywhere. Look at guys like Derek Carr. Look at Bridgewater. Look at what's another rookie quarterback? Those guys have improved. Not only have they improved in their style of play or the way they're playing as quarterbacks, but look at their leadership abilities and attributes and the way they carry themselves. Man, I watched an interview on Derek Carr the other day. I was fascinated. You felt like this guy was in the league for 7 years, the way he spoke and commanded respect and the way he ran the team. That's good stuff. And on top of that, we know what the Jets remind me of? If you guys ever watched a movie called The Replacements, where there's a football team in Seattle, and there's guys with all these type of backgrounds, that's what the Jets remind me of, The Replacements. And then to make matters worse, I'm telling you, I've never, and again, I'm a Rex Ryan type of guy, but Rex Ryan's bitter. Rex Ryan is bitter. Anybody we release, anybody that he knows from the Jets, he's signing. He just signed IK. I'll bet you watch IK just have an amazing career now. Watch him like his Ray Lewis just comes out of him. I don't know. Just going on a little rant here, guys. Really disappointed to be back on the spotlight in such a negative way, knowing how Todd Bowles and Mike McKagan are operating. They're operating this team. I love the way this whole thing was going. It was so quiet. It was so relaxed. It was so professional. Sure, we had a hiccup with, Shelton here, there. But yet, everything was going quiet, smooth, so different from the old regime of Rex Ryan. And then a situation like this happens. It puts Todd Bowles in such a bad situation. It puts everybody in a bad situation, and it's almost embarrassing, But again, I'm happy with the direction Todd Bowles is going. There's nothing Todd Bowles is doing. I know he's going to set the team straight, And again, I'm not expecting a fix for this season. I really am not. I know we got a great defense on paper. We got weapons, but yet no quarterback. I get it. I'm satisfied with a 7-9 season. I'm satisfied with a 6-10 season. I'm not expecting for an easy fix because what has happened the past 3 to 4 years in the New York Jets franchise has been easy patches, easy Band-Aids to try to cover things up. Whether if it was the Tim Tebow signing, whether if it was the lack of, the lack of anything John Itzig did for the franchise. All those things were just small Band-Aids on cuts that now we're starting to see the actual wound happening in the New York Jets locker room. And what Todd Bowles has to, really truly take care of. And it's a huge mess. It's a huge mess, but I stand by him. I stand by the way he delivered his press conference. The one thing that I admire about him is he loves to keep things in-house. Talking about in-house, a team that really does a good job of keeping things in-house besides this whole JPP situation happening was the New York Giants. They keep, for that New York media, the Giants tend to keep things in-house. And you can truly appreciate that in the franchise, and that's what Todd Bowles is trying to do. But again, it's very difficult to sit there and allow things not spreading when your starting quarterback's getting punched in the face over $600. You gotta be kidding me. Nick's Bros TV, you just gotta call us up. My brother and I would put in $50 both at the most. Come on, that's half of your debt there, Geno. You gotta be kidding me. $600? Oh well. Again, it's not like he was a 5-star quarterback. We're talking about bench warmer. So again, Ryan Fitzpatrick, again, watch my previous videos. I'm not just saying that now. He was my guy beforehand. Hopefully maybe this Deflategate can overpower this story so we wouldn't have the Jets in such a limelight anyways. But we're playing the Detroit Lions tomorrow night. I might do a post-game. Again, Nick's Bros TV is going to be covering football season all season long. Baseball season's heating up. Got the Mets back where they need to be. The New York Knicks looking great with some really, really good, I feel like, free agent moves. Pretty decent draft. If anything, we created a foundation for years to come. And that's really, truly thanks to Phil Jackson. Again, guys, leave me your comments, leave me your thoughts. I know we've been gone for a while, but it truly hasn't been anything happening, and I really had to express my thoughts on the matter for Geno Smith. Comment, subscribe, share. Thank you guys for viewing this, and you have a wonderful week, and enjoy all the preseason games the NFL has to offer.